My pharmacist stopped counting my pills and said, "You're listed as deceased in our system." I froze at the counter. "What do you mean deceased?" I asked. But Gloria was already turning her computer screen toward me. She pointed at a red alert flashing across my profile. "Right there. Says you died 6 months ago from an overdose. Same medication you're trying to fill right now." I didn't get it because I was clearly alive, and I'd been taking these anxiety pills for 2 years without any problems. Gloria, that has to be some kind of computer error. Systems glitch all the time. But Gloria was shaking her head, scrolling through her records. "I know this is your first time at our pharmacy, but all the chains share the same database. Cedric Sullivan, with your social security number and birth date, is marked deceased as of April 12th. She clicked to another screen. "There's even a coroner's report. Overdose of alprazolam. That's the exact medication you're trying to fill." I grabbed the edge of the counter to steady myself. The light suddenly seemed too bright. "This has to be a mistake," I said, but my voice sounded hollow even to me. She looked at me carefully. "You said you just moved here recently." 5 months ago, I said, trying to remember why I'd moved here. "My regular pharmacy was I trailed off, realizing I couldn't remember where I'd been getting my medication before." "Mr. Sullivan, where did you move from? Which pharmacy transferred your prescription?" I pulled out the prescription paper from my new doctor. My doctor wrote this fresh. Said it was easier than transferring old records. Gloria examined the prescription. "Did you tell him about your medication history? Your previous dosage?" I nodded, but couldn't remember the actual conversation. Just knew I'd been taking the same pills for anxiety. "Let me check something else," Gloria said, typing rapidly. "The death certificate was processed at St. Mary's Hospital. The body was identified by..." She paused, reading. "Yasmin Sullivan, listed as spouse. There's also a daughter, Flora Sullivan, age 7. Says here she was the one who found you." "I don't have a wife," I said immediately. "I've never been married. And I definitely don't have a daughter." Gloria's fingers stopped moving over the keyboard. "Mr. Sullivan, according to this, you were married for 3 years. Your wife filed the death certificate. She arranged the funeral. There's a whole life documented here. Look, here's the obituary." She turned the screen toward me. There was my photo, smiling, wearing a suit I didn't recognize. Gloria read aloud. "Cedric is survived by his loving wife Yasmin, daughter Flora." The room started spinning. "That's impossible. I would remember being married. I would remember having a child." Gloria pulled up another screen. "Your employment history shows you left on medical leave in March, 3 weeks before your death." She looked up at me. "Where do you work now?" I told her where I worked. "Started 5 months ago, right after I moved here." Gloria's expression grew more troubled. "So 1 month after Cedric Sullivan officially died, you started a new job with Cedric Sullivan's social security number?" It was clear she thought I stole his identity. My hands started shaking as I pulled out my driver's license. "Look, this is me. This is my ID. Issued 4 months ago when I moved here." Gloria examined it carefully. "Did you have to show documentation to get this? Birth certificate? Previous license?" The memory was foggy. I told them I lost everything in a flood. They had me fill out extra forms. Gloria set down the license slowly. "Mr. Sullivan, I need to ask you something important. Have you been to any doctors or hospitals since you moved here? Had any blood work done?" I thought about it. "Just my new doctor for the prescription. No tests." Gloria frowned. "Because any lab work would immediately flag you as deceased in the system. The fact that you got a new doctor without triggering alerts is strange. Someone would have to actively override the death flag." I swallowed thickly. "This is what I'm going to do," Gloria said, picking up her phone. "I'm going to call the contact number listed for Yasmin Sullivan. We need to understand what's happening here." She dialed before I could protest. The phone rang 3 times. Gloria put it on speaker. A woman answered, her voice cautious. "Hello, Mrs. Sullivan? This is Gloria from Walgreens Pharmacy. I'm calling about your husband, Cedric." She didn't hesitate, saying, "My husband died 6 months ago. Why are you calling me?" Gloria looked at me, then back at the phone. "Mrs. Sullivan, I have someone here claiming to be Cedric Sullivan. He has identification and is trying to fill a prescription for his anxiety medication." The silence stretched so long I thought she'd hung up. Then her voice came back. Different now. Urgent. "Don't let him leave. I'm going there right now. 20 minutes. The line went dead. Gloria and I stared at each other. My heart was pounding so hard I could feel it in my throat. "Why would she want to come here?" I asked. "If her husband is dead, why doesn't she just call the police?" Gloria's face had gone pale. "Unless she knows what really happened to you."
Full story on YT Unlimited Stories.